Okay viewers, well, I had this thing, just baked it for a bit. Pretty much pretty good metal. It's pretty thick. It'll be hydrogen, but with a problem with this, but I did hit it with a heat gun just before, and it helped set the paint on it too. So yeah, it should be fine now. I'm going to give it another coat. It's had 3 coats of this cold galvanising paint. Still pretty damn hot. I baked it some more, just extra portion. Make sure the paint's set. Now I've got some, where is it? There it is. This stuff to go over it. That's cold galvanised. I'm going to put some of this over it. The epoxy enamel. And it's also a nice black colour that will match the battery and the starter motor on that tractor too, which has been repainted as I said previously, but flat black will do. Glossy just like the battery. So yeah. Okay, viewers, well. And then a 3 coats of this on top of the grey cold galvanising, which is extra protected. I'm very happy with that. All I need now is to get the original paint code to that Ford tractor, so the blue matches this, so it's original looking. But I don't know if it's if we can still get that paint code anymore. Looks bloody nice now. Beautiful. All the gaps are filled where the paint couldn't get. Looks bloody nice now, all protected. Unfortunately the bloody acid chewed through, damn it. But anyway, it looks pretty good now, so let that dry. I'll try and make some sort of cradle that hooks up in here over the battery and goes here, so I can just bolt the battery down instead of chaining it. So yeah, it's a good little inspection. Bloody nice now. So okay viewers, the cradle's all back in. Hits this bloody clamp when the battery's not on there. The battery holds that down so it doesn't hit that. You can see the battery puts a lot of weight in that and squashes it together on that. Without the battery, it just hits that, the clamp that holds the air filter assembly to the intake. So yeah, your gas looks bloody nice now. You can see the mess it's made. At least I got that. Matches the starter motor, which will match the battery, so hopefully I can still get this paint code which matches the original colour of the tractor. That's pretty good. I love that. Pretty happy with that. It's a bit wet in some places, but majority of it's pretty dry. Trying to put the little mat back on and find. I might just chain it for now. Little hooks you can make to go here and hook in there. It goes over the battery and you just clamp them down. I might have to design one of them little battery clamps because I can't go that way, so they go at an angle sort of. We'll see what we can find. Okay viewers, battery's all back in. I've run the hose back through here, a little hole, goes down behind the starter motor. I'm going to zip tie it to here, the hydraulic line, so it's out of the way. That's perfect, so it's not going to run all along the side of the engine and make a hell of a mess like it's done here. Just ruins the look of the tractor. Takes all that protective paint off it and wrecks it. So now the starter motor matches the cradle. Looks a hell of a lot better. I've actually used just some chain with my hose on it. I can't get a proper battery cradle, haven't got one, so this will have to do. Clamp on this negative. I just cooked these terminals after I cleaned them. After I got them out of the tank, I wire washed them, steel wooled them, put them on here, twisted them heaps so that to clean the clamps and the terminations, the strands of copper wire. Then I heated them up to blowtorch so I'll drive out the hydrogen and cook the shit out of them. I've actually melted the insulation and pulled it back as far as I can against that. So now it's a lot neater. Same with this one, I put it back against, hard up against the clamp. I polished them up again with a wire brush after I cooked them. And they came up very nicely, so they ought to work and have a good connection. Alright, let's clamp them down and give this tractor a crank over. It's going to be a cold start. Okay, viewers, well, now did I get this thing looking bloody nice. A little bit of movement, that's not going to matter. Good connection there. I checked the connections on the starter, make sure they were perfect and they're clean. I've got this all painted up, looks bloody nice. Just got to split that roll pin before I forget, that split pin before I forget, otherwise I might fall out on me. Oh, that ain't going to come out. I also polished this cluster up. This front assembly, there's little nut bolts inside it, bolts the inside up and it slides off. So a gasket between this fascia here and the glass, which folded in, stuck in the fuel gauge, folded in here. You can see where here it started to rust and here it started to rust. The water got in, so I had to strip it, pull the glass assembly off and get that old gasket out. It was brittle as all crap, so I had to get some silicone instead, smear it in all the gaps around the edge. Let that silicone dry, press this metal fascia, tin fascia here with a decal and that sort of stuff on it back in. Let it dry for a bit and bolted it back together. And I also pulled these indicator lenses out and polished them up. And polish your glass extra good from the inside as well as the outside to get it looking as good as I can. Looks bloody nice now. One more thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this little bonnet hitch back on. And we'll see how good that bonnet closes after I've got that on. Okay, viewers, well, yeah, straighten this little catch out. I've headed outwards because it was bent in too far. I've had to push this in like hard just to get it to latch on. This is fine, it works with barely an effort. Batteries are nice and clean, that's plenty tight enough. That's worked out okay, yeah. Cradle looks bloody nice. I'm very happy with that. That's nice and preserved. The battery's got the little vent hose going out. I'm just going to clamp it here, as I said, just some zip tie, tie it around. That will hang down there. Next to the used for ploughing up near the vines and stuff, this little thingy. This probably out of the way of this, doesn't get caught, but that sounds a pretty good place to put it. Or I can run it behind, have it there. Either way, that's just not going to do any damage here. It's all oil and stuff down sitting on this plough assembly, so shouldn't matter. It's just not going on over the tractor anymore. It's got a Model T7 engine, 3-cylinder, 1, 2 and 3 firing order. 3 cylinders obviously have to have an odd firing order, odd number of cylinders obviously, but that looks barely an effort there. Let's try this one. That is nice. Equal amount of play on both sides. That's good. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull this out and clean these two dial lamps because they're a little bit, and the ones up here with the dash lights are a little bit dark. That's bright as all hell compared to the rest of them because I only cleaned that one. So if I clean the whole lot, this whole thing will be, look really nice. So let's get polishing. Then after that we'll do a cold start. See how she starts. Okay, I've always got the cluster out. Look at that. That's a dirty bulb. I'm going to give it a good polish. A little bit of a kitchen towel. That's a methylated spirits to get that thing looking brilliantly new. Methylated spirits work as kind of a contact cleaner on this as well, so that looks much better. Filament's in pretty good nick. That's basically how you would do it. Just run your fingers all over the bulb and get it clean. Oops. Yeah. Let's get this, see how good I can get it. Okay, I hate it when this happens. One of the bulbs happened to have a wobbly fitting. The fitting was wobbling separately from the bulb itself. And what do you know? It fell straight out. Seeing as it's still pretty damn good, the bulb's fine, I didn't break any of the wires, I'm going to re-solder it. I had to get the pliers and to get this thing out of the socket. It was pretty damn hard. So I would have straightened that out. This is the original bulb made by Thorn in England, 12 volt. I think that's 22 watt, or 2.2 watt. But made by Thorn, so it's the original from 1978 when the tractor was built. So I'm going to suck that side off with some Goot Wick, clear the hole, reassemble, slip it all back together, and the bulb's fixed. Bit of a tedious task, but it's definitely worth saving because the bulb's still fine. Okay viewers, I've removed all the solder, nice and thin layer there, and put a drawing pin through it, made the hole, and the wire of the bulb's just protruding. Got the negative and the positive, got this end here just protruding, so I can fill it up with solder and hopefully it'll be fixed. Then I just super glue it all back together and the light bulb ought to be working fine again. Yeah, let's get that fixed. Okay viewers, I've soldered both the connections, ran some super glue on it, the liquid run all around in the gap and set it back down so the liquid sinks down, and that should be a good, not only a good electrical connection but a good mechanical connection too. And the solder's pretty damn good on that. Let's hope that super glue dries quick and I can put that bulb back in. Should be all fixed. Let it sit like that for a couple of minutes, wait for it to dry, then I'll put the bulb back in and it should work fine. So yeah. Okay viewers, I've polished my goody finger marks off it. Let's give it a test. Ah, beautiful. A fully functioning bulb. Now we just snap it back in its holder, bolt the cluster back in and give it a start. Okay viewers, let's give this thing a test. Look at that, bright as all hell. Yeah, that's nice, looks new. Time for a start. Yeah, that is a bit warm there. She starts good. Nice cold start. Yeah, and then it is a bit weak, so now I can actually set a bulb a lot more clearer than I normally did before. So yeah, that's telling me that it's not putting out enough voltage by the way that light's dimming like that. So I did give the commutator a good clean again, but this time I didn't polish it with a rag, and I swapped the two brushes around. So the most worn one was in the spot of the least worn one, and I was vice versa, swapped them around, so the worn one was the one that got the least wear. So it has improved it, but no, still putting out a weak amp, so that's going to have to be replaced. I think this might be a, it might be a 40 amp. I think the maximum you can go for these sorts of tractors is about 65. I think is the maximum you can go for these tractors. So yeah, hopefully we'll take that in soon. If it's not fixable, because it is a Lucas alternator. If it's not fixable, just get a new one, nice big high amp alternator, because that alternator doesn't even sustain enough power to run all the lights on this thing. So yeah, that came up very nicely. That's very nicely done, nice and clean, nice and bright. That bit's restored. Battery thing's restored. All it needs now is get the alternator replaced. So yeah, thanks for watching.